Apex Marble, Derby 2, coming to you live from the challenging Comet Ridge R2, a technical layout for today's single race with 12 marbles. Our aerial camera gives a full view of the course as the start gate begins to build pressure, ready for the race to begin. Today's Comet Ridge R2 layout features critical risk zones, including the notorious drop section, a pair of challenging banked curves, and high-speed sections that will test every racer. Attention is focused on Night Fury, while the Shadow Prowlers team, known for their balanced ratings, are certainly ones to watch on this technical track. The start gate is now closed. The marbles are perfectly aligned and ready for the green light to ignite this race. Green light, and the race is officially underway! Night Fury and Green Goblin nearly make contact in the fast risk zone. Deep Wave and Night Fury almost touch in this perilous high-risk zone. Night Fury and Blackout Blitz nearly make contact in the high-risk zone. Emerald Flash is out of the race, eliminated in the high-risk zone. Green Goblin and Amethyst Arrow are nearly touching in the technical risk zone. Deep Wave loses significant speed after a big collision in the high-risk zone. Blue Comet passes Green Goblin with a daring near miss in the high-risk zone. Deep Wave and Purple Haze narrowly avoid contact in the high-risk zone. Blue Comet gets Big Air over the jump in the technical risk zone. Blue Comet and Blackout Blitz are locked in a fierce battle through the fast risk zone. And Grapevine Glide seals the victory in a dominant performance. Blue Comet and Night Fury dangerously close in the technical risk zone. Darkstar takes second place, crossing the finish line. Green Goblin and Amethyst Arrow are nearly touching on the low-risk run. Lead change. Blue Comet overtakes Night Fury right at the finish gate. Lead change. Amethyst Arrow takes the lead from Green Goblin at the finish gate. Grapevine Glide takes the checkered flag and wins the race, with Darkstar securing second and Hydro Burst rounding out the podium. The official podium for Apex Marble, Derby 2 is Grapevine Glide in first, Darkstar in second, and Hydro Burst in third. To Apex Marble, Finale 3 on Velocity Drop R3, 12 marbles, single race, technical layout. From the aerial camera, the full course is in view, and the start gate is beginning to build pressure. Key risk zones, drop section, banked curve, speed section, banked curve, speed section. All eyes are on Night Fury. Shadow Prowler stands out with balanced ratings. The start gate is closed, the marbles are fully ready for the green light. Green light! The race is underway and the pace rises immediately! Hydro Burst loses heavy speed after contact in fast risk zone. Blue Comet passes incredibly close without making contact. Blue Comet passes incredibly close without making contact. Grapevine Glide loses heavy speed after contact in high-risk zone. Blue Comet passes incredibly close without making contact. Purple Haze passes incredibly close without making contact. Deep Wave passes incredibly close. Amethyst Arrow wins it at the checkered flag. Grapevine Glide loses heavy speed after Amethyst Arrow wins it at the checkered flag. Blue Comet passes incredibly close without making contact. Night Fury crosses the line in P3. Grapevine Glide crosses the line in P2. Night Fury and Purple Haze are almost side by side at the finish. Blue Comet and Emerald Flash are almost side by side at the finish. Amethyst Arrow passes Jungle Jet for the lead in finish gate. Amethyst Arrow wins the race. The podium is P1 Amethyst Arrow, P2 Grapevine Glide, P3 Night Fury. P1 Amethyst Arrow, P2 Grapevine Glide, P3 Night Fury complete the podium. Apex Marble. Clash 4 on Marble Bay R4, 12 marbles. Single race technical layout. From the aerial camera, the full course is in view, and the start gate is beginning to build pressure. Key risk zones: speed section, banked curve, speed section, banked curve. All eyes are on Night Fury. Shadow Prowler stands out with balanced ratings. The start gate is closed. The marbles are fully ready for the green light. Green light. The race is underway, and the pace rises immediately. Emerald Flash passes incredibly close without making contact. Jungle Jet loses heavy speed after contact in high-risk zone. Grapevine Glide is out of the race! Night Fury passes incredibly close without making contact. Deep Wave is out of the race. Blackout Blitz passes incredibly close without making contact. Hydro Burst fights traffic through the pin board, and line choice is critical. Night Fury passes incredibly close without making contact. Dark Star and Night Fury are locked in a close battle. Dark Star passes incredibly close without making contact. Hydro Burst wins it at the checkered flag. Night Fury and Green Goblin are locked in a close battle. Hydro Burst wins it at the checkered flag. Night Fury passes Hydro Burst for the lead in high-speed risk. Dark Star and Green Goblin. Night Fury crosses the line in P2. Dark Star crosses the line in P3. Dark Star gets airborne and now needs to keep control on landing. Dark Star and Green Goblin are almost side by side at the finish. Blackout Blitz enters the final sector. Hydro Burst passes Blackout Blitz for the lead in finish gate. Hydro Burst wins the race. The podium is P1 Hydro Burst, P2 Night Fury, P3 Dark Star. P1 Hydro Burst, P2 Night Fury, P3 Dark Star complete the podium. Welcome live to Apex Marble Sprint 5 on the challenging Turbo Basin R5, a single race with a technical layout featuring 12 competing marbles. The aerial camera gives us a full view of the course as the start gate begins to build anticipation. Today's technical layout features critical risk zones including the drop section, multiple banked curves, and a high-stakes speed section. Night Fury is under the spotlight today, while Shadow Prowlers enters the race with impressive balanced ratings. The start gate is closed and all marbles are poised and ready for the green light. Green light and the Apex Marble Sprint is officially underway. Grapevine Glide nearly touches Jungle Jet and overtakes in the fast risk zone. Big collision in the high risk zone. Purple Haze and Grapevine Glide collide. Jungle Jet collides with Emerald Flash in the technical risk zone, seizing the lead. Blue Comet and Deep Wave nearly touch in the technical risk zone. Green Goblin collides with Emerald Flash in the fast risk zone, then overtakes Jungle Jet. Grapevine Glide loses heavy speed after contact in the high risk zone. Jungle Jet and Emerald Flash nearly collide in the high risk zone. Grapevine Glide and Green Goblin almost touch in the high-speed risk section. Emerald Flash and Jungle Jet have a near miss in the technical risk zone. Photo fit. Green Goblin crosses the line, taking a spectacular victory. Grapevine Glide secures second place, crossing the finish line. Green Goblin just narrowly beats Grapevine Glide in a thrilling photo finish. What a race! Green Goblin edges out Grapevine Glide by a mere 0.18 seconds. Unbelievable finish! Green Goblin takes it with Grapevine Glide right on their tail. Green Goblin claims victory in this sprint, with Grapevine Glide taking P2 and Purple Haze securing P3 on the podium. The podium is set. Green Goblin in P1, Grapevine Glide in P2, and Purple Haze rounding out the top three. Live to Apex Marble, Finale 6, taking place on the challenging Sector 9 R6 with its technical layout. From our aerial view, the full technical course is visible as pressure builds at the start gate. Racers will navigate critical risk zones, including the speed section and multiple banked curves. All eyes are on Night Fury, while Shadow Prowlers, known for their balanced ratings, are also expected to perform well. The start gate is now closed, with all marbles poised and ready for the green light. Green light! The race is officially underway! A close shave there as Purple Haze nearly makes contact with Jungle Jet. Hydro Burst nearly clips Jungle Jet as they make a critical overtake. Hydro Burst edges past Amethyst Arrow with a daring near miss. Deep Wave and Purple Haze almost collide in the technical risk zone. Another near miss, Deep Wave and Jungle Jet brush dangerously close. Green Goblin and Emerald Flash almost touch, a tight battle unfolding. Blue Comet and Green Goblin come incredibly close, a tense moment on track. Big collision! Jungle Jet and Green Goblin make heavy contact in the fast risk zone. Dark Star crosses the finish line, victory secured! Amethyst Arrow finishes strong in second place. It's a photo finish up front. Green Goblin surges past Night Fury and Hydro Burst in a last-second pass. Another photo finish. Jungle Jet and Deep Wave are neck and neck at the line. Dark Star claims victory in this race, with Amethyst Arrow taking P2 and Blackout Blitz securing P3 on the podium. The podium is complete with Dark Star in P1, Amethyst Arrow in P2, and Blackout Blitz in P3.